The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to part 2, The Report. I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a car.
And let's start off with the Jumping Ship, one of our new segments, as we talk about who should leave one promotion for another, who, like we talked about earlier, about who needs a change.
Who needs to
From
make a
good to
turn?
bad, how about who needs a change of scenery and get out of where they are and jump into something else?
There's probably a long list of that.
Really?
Probably. Some of these people that I think that deserve a bigger, that deserve more. People like Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
People like Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
Like Zack Ryder. I think they deserve more.
They do.
And I think that especially someone like Zack Ryder, who had such a huge following with the YouTube stuff, could do what Cody is doing. Maybe not on a world title scale, but
Yeah.
Zack Ryder could get the publicity and do very well in the indie scene.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I don't think he'd be world champion, but I think he would do very well for himself. Who else should leave the promotion?
One promotion for another, yeah.
Because, I mean, if he goes, even if he doesn't do indies, if he goes to Impact, I mean, I think he'd still do well there. He wouldn't have to move either. Because apparently they're okay with everybody being in Orlando.
He could go around with his girlfriend.
Absolutely. Do mixed tag things everywhere.
Yep. Jay Lethal.
Yes.
He needs a change.
I mean, I think he's kind of, like, once the whole House of Truth thing ended, with Truth Martini and having his whole crew there with him, I kind of soured on him. Not that I didn't like his wrestling ability or whatever, but the character was no longer there.
Yeah.
He became a face, and there really wasn't nothing to chomp down on with storyline wise.
Yeah.
So, oh, absolutely. So Jay Lethal, I think he would do well going into NXT. I don't think he'd go straight to the main roster.
No.
But going into NXT, I think would be good for him.
So if you ain't, I mean, he is big. I'm saying, if you're not really big, you don't need to make the jump. You need to go through NXT, then make the jump.
Right, because if you watch what Mike Kanellis did, clearly, not a good idea to go straight to the main roster.
No, he should have went to NXT.
And that's another one. Mike Kanellis, he deserves better. I mean, right now, I think that I don't know if the new Impact would bring him back, but I think that him going back to Ring of Honor would be good for him.
Yeah.
Doing New Japan or MLW, stuff like that, I think he would do better off not being with the WWE. But, I mean...
I believe if they keep Maria, they're keeping the husband.
Right.
It's probably some of the deal.
Probably in the deal.
And I like to see him on TV more.
Yes.
Not just on
Main event.
main event.
One that did leave that I thought was doing well in his position was Neville. I want to see where he ends up at and how well he does.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just recently showed up at a promotion. So,
which we'll talk about in the news.
So we shall see
Yes,
what happens with him.
some people love that, but it's the way it goes.
Another
I'm happy
one,
to sit out for a little while.
one that got fired, but I do hope kind of bounces back and gets a contract with somebody is Big Cass. I think there was potential there.
Well, Big Cass said he should have got fired.
Oh yeah, he agreed with getting fired.
Yeah, I'd have fired myself,
Yeah.
But speaks of volume, I mean, yeah, go out there and get more training and
Because I think a lot of where
get more
his
seasoned and
he does need more.
back.
I don't think they should have. I think the only reason they brought them up to the main roster as fast as they did was because of the catchphrases, selling shirts. But
yes.
both of them need more ring seasoning. Big Cass is not as good in the microphone.
No, he would definitely need a lot of mic work.
Yeah. So I think if he goes out and goes somewhere else, I think that'll help him.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would not be surprised to see him come back and attack somebody.
Right.
Now Enzo, I don't ever see him come back.
No, and supposedly he said he's retired from wrestling. I think he thinks that this rap thing is going to do well for him.
Yeah.
I say good luck to you.
Yeah, I do too.
Because
when he left 205 Live, that helped a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I mean it brought up so many more people.
Drew Gulak's total.
He changed his character.
Yes.
He changed his character. You got to see more people on television. You got the opportunity to pull up Leo Rush and stuff like that. So, and of course we got Drake Maverick out of the situation because we needed someone to say, hey, this is what's going to happen with the belt.
Yeah.
So, it gave the show a lot more direction when he left.
Oh yeah,
because it was the Enzo show. It wasn't nobody else.
Enzo leaving or getting fired, and Hunter taking over helped 205 a lot. So,
but I still wish that Neville was there. Being
the
the cruiserweights, that was a great spot for him.
Yeah.
Apparently he was unhappy, but they said he was not unhappy losing to Enzo, and because that supposedly that night he was supposed to face Enzo when he quit, and it's not about it because they've both gone on to say that they're very good friends. Enzo said that Neville was his best friend on the main roster. So it wasn't apparently about that.
But you know how the dirt sheets are, so.
But I can't think of anybody else.
No, but that's a few there. I mean, like we talked about last time.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Cody and them could be making the jump to the WWE.
But
that'd be jumping from one place to another. But Cody doesn't need it right now.
He doesn't. Now that's another thing. With the NWA celebrating 70 years coming up, October 21st, day before my birthday. If y'all want to give me anything.
He likes blue.
Can't tell, but I like a lot of red. Red and black, everything. Anyway,
Wolfpack.
Exactly. No wonder I like Sting so much. But anyway, but with him having the title, what's to say Billy Corgan can't afford to have him full time?
That is true.
I mean, honestly, if NWA could afford it and they built a promotion, not just a... Because I think he's getting away from the whole... A ton of promotions have the NWA name attached to it. It's, we're the NWA and we're going to work with other promotions, but it doesn't have to be NWA Southeast or NWA Alabama. Stuff like that. We can work with other promotions, but we're going to be our own thing. Because I think after NWA 70... we're going to get a promotion type thing because apparently they're bringing back their whatever North American belt it is, or whatever the name of it is. It's their version of like the North American title. That's going to be being either, I think it's like a one-night tournament.
I know who's going to win.
Like one guy. There's going to be a one-night tournament. Colt Cabana's even in that tournament. Could just reveal the winner. I don't know. Yeah. But a one-night tournament for that belt.
Who are they named so far, Colt Cabana?
Jazz is defending her women's championship because apparently she was the last NWA's champion underneath Bruce Tharp. Mm-hmm. She still has the belt. She's going to be defending against Penelope Ford, who is with Joey Janela. I know you've heard that name before.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He did get hurt recently. Big time hurt. So they're going to be facing each other. And then, of course, Cody versus Nick Aldis. Mm-hmm. And I think it's 2 out of 3 falls. So,
yep, you're right.
I think it's going to be a great event. It's going to be on Fight TV if people want to get it. But if they can prove that they can handle their own show, I mean, they've already had people like Josephus that have been attached to them. Cripps and Jax Dane has been attached to them. So I think they're slowly pulling in people to make a home promotion.
Which is good. Because there's a lot of people out there.
There's a ton of people out there that don't have contracts with anybody that you can use. But I mean, the NWA title went from nothing to Nick Aldis getting it from Tim Storm and going all over the world. And with the 10 Pounds of Gold show on YouTube, I don't know if you've watched any of it yet or not, but it's the way that they promote on there is amazing. And now Cody is using the same people that filmed for that to do his own channel and to do videos and stuff promoting things. I mean, it's the age of YouTube where that literally YouTube is what sold All In.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about how you do stuff. So Cody doesn't need to jump. He doesn't have to jump.
No.
To WWE. And if he does jump, I believe that he's in that range of being able to name his own price.
Oh yeah.
Because he has done so well. I mean, his brainchild sold out a 10,000 seat arena. So
I can tell you right now on this date that if Cody went back to WWE, he would be the WWE champion. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's one thing if you brought Cody back, put him on SmackDown. Do not put him on there with Roman. If you want to actually promote somebody, keep him away from Raw. So,
that's true.
I mean, Cody versus AJ, Cody versus Daniel Bryan, Cody versus Nakamura, The Miz too, yeah.
Orton.
There's so many options there. I think he would be the flagship bearer for SmackDown if he went to SmackDown. If he went to WWE.
But he doesn't need it. He
does not need it.
And if they can get the NWA running, and you get Impact, you give other people other options.
Yeah, you got NWA, you got Impact, you got
MLW,
you got New Japan.
If WWE ain't firing me, but they're paying me, I ain't moving.
Oh,
I'm more in their comfort zone, you know? Why go out there and take a chance with something else that I may not get the money that I'm making now?
Which I'm okay with that.
For doing nothing.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And there's some people like this, like, I'm tired of waiting. House shows only, no TV exposure, no nothing. When the contract ends, I'm going somewhere else. Unless I get something else. And usually they're going to say, good luck. We'll see you down the road, maybe.
Yeah, I would ride out my contract. I wouldn't do it the way Neville did it. I'd ride the contract out, but all right, I'm going to get all the money I can get. And then, right before that contract runs up, I'm going to start promoting myself on Twitter and YouTube and stuff like that, and then be like, all right, well, I'm not going to resign. So, just like what Cody did. He just up and left. I mean, I just think that if you have NWA, if you have Impact, you have Lucha Underground,
Ring of Honor.
You have Ring of Honor, you got New Japan,
MLW.
I mean, all that right there, just right there, and that doesn't even include House of Hardcore.
Oh, House of Hardcore.
I mean, there's so many options right now, and with the age of YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, you don't have to have traditional TV to have a wrestling show anymore.
And New Japan.
Yeah. You just don't need to have regular television anymore. You got the Fight Network, the Fight TV app. You got New Japan World. You've got all these other options. You don't have to have traditional TV to make money anymore.
No.
So it's going to come less of who's jumping to be. It's going to be more of who's signing with these other companies now. So, which is a good thing. Maybe it'll up their game. I hope. But speaking of upping their game, we're going to go to 10 changes that you should make to SmackDown Live on Fox. Number 10 will be a new commentary team. I hope they don't do this, though.
I don't like it
Of
either.
Mauro Ranella, Corey Graves, and Daniel Cormier, which is the guy that's supposed to be facing Brock Lesnar, which is not a wrestling guy.
No.
So I don't like that.
It's too much on Mauro.
And Mauro needs to stay in NXT.
Yes. Like we talked about last time.
Corey needs to come off of SmackDown and be
or just be on SmackDown for one of the two.
He needs to pick one of the shows, which they're going to put him on Raw. But
which was the Raw commentating team too.
What?
At Super Surgeon.
Oh yeah. But you can have SmackDown. You can have Tom Phillips on there?
Yes.
Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton, and I'd be okay with Nigel for SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I'd be fine with Nigel.
And then make main event and 205 Live different. You can do because main event 205 Live is Nigel, Vic, and Percy.
Right.
They're doing both of those shows. So main event I'm fine with having whoever. Okay. So main event you have Vic, Percy, Nigel. That's cool. 205 Live. If Nigel's on SmackDown, have Vic and what's his name, Percy, and then make it somebody else. Because I'm not.
Yeah, that's how you try out. Main event should be where you try people out.
Right. I'm just not a big fan of having people on multiple shows like that.
No.
I mean, Corey needs to go down to one show.
You hire enough people for wrestling, but you can't hire enough people to be different commentators?
Right. And because they're obsessed with these 3-man teams, which is unnecessary.
Except for Raw now, it's 2-man and a woman.
Well, 3-person team.
3-person team.
So,
Yeah.
number 10, not a fan. Number 9, reintroduce time limits. What do you think?
It's okay. I mean, you kind of know, well, this match is going to end in 5 minutes. It's
right.
a 10-minute time limit, you know.
Time limits is kind of passe. I mean,
They are, and you knew what was going to happen back in NWA, WCW, when they had 3 minutes remaining,
Right.
7 minutes down, 3 minutes remaining.
Time limit drawing. Number 8, have the Cruiserweight division involved.
Yes, I think the Cruiserweight division should be involved on both shows.
Think so.
Yes.
In what way?
I mean, they're free to roam. If you have a match on for Raw, you can have a match for SmackDown. Just Cruiserweights will be fine.
So like a showcase match, basically.
Yes.
And then at the bottom of the screen, they can promote where you can watch 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know if you read this or not, but they're saying that 205 Live is doing better on Wednesday's tape delay than it was live on Tuesdays.
That's so
And
weird.
I think it's because people are like bored because they're like, oh, it's another hour of show. We just got done watching SmackDown. Don't want to watch that right now. So like it came in at like number 4 for the week because it was on Wednesday, and now people are getting bored with the Mixed Match Challenge, which is funny.
They're going to drag it. They're dragging it out though.
Yeah, they're doing what, double elimination? Yes. That's unnecessary.
Your next one is feature press conference style interviews. Like with the MMA stuff is what it is, and
Yeah, I could care
how
less.
Cody and them did stuff, and I mean New Japan did stuff, you know.
Yeah, New Japan does that.
Yeah, so I mean that's there. If it's a big match, sure, that'd be fine.
Now what is this here? Number 6, bring back the brain scan? The heck is the brain scan?
When people draw on this TV, he used to draw on the screen.
Oh, you're talking about this is where his mistake was, and this is where he got
Yes.
rolled up, and then this
He's
is...
holding the rope right here, or his hands on his tights
And
right
he would
here.
draw on there.
He would draw it's like what they do with football.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, yes. They
number-
can do without that. Sorry.
They can do without that. Bring, it says number 5, feature Brock and Ronda prominently. Why do that on SmackDown?
No. I'm sorry.
Don't care to have them on there. Number 4, introduce superstar rankings. I thought they were doing that with the top 10 for SmackDown, and
About 2 weeks worth.
Right.
And it went away quicker than I don't know.
they
what.
made it for like one storyline, really. You know,
They
it was
did.
over
It's like a
with.
storyline. WCW tried it. NBA's tried it. No. Sorry, it doesn't matter.
Number 3, introduce a round robin tournament, which is what they're doing with Mixed Match Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need round robin tournaments on SmackDown Live?
Unless you're introducing a new title.
Number 2, make Latino superstars a focal point. Well, when Ray gets back, they will.
Yeah. I mean, there are with almost, but
Almost,
he's
yeah.
losing. But he is in big match people, and he is
Daniel Bryan,
on his own.
AJ, and stuff like that, yeah. And number 1 with a bullet, reintroduce the draft.
Which I believe they will do that. I believe they'll shake things up again because it's a shake up to get more.
I just don't like it when they call it just the shake-up and then you just show up on the show. I want an actual draft where they pick names.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I liked, was the actual draft. When it's just the superstar shake-up, they just show up on another show.
Yeah.
And there's no picking anybody.
No. That made you feel like, oh, well, they picked them already. Here they are.
Right. And then we go on to our news part of the report.
Yes.
Neville has finally returned to the ring at the Dragon Gate show.
Yes.
So,
Which is good.
it is good. So we don't know if he's going to be permanent with the
Well,
Dragon
he joined
Gate.
a group there. I forgot what group he joined. But he joined up with a group.
Huh. Interesting.
What's that? But yeah, I didn't know. I know that's That pretty much say he's going to be part of Dragon Gate for a while, which would be fine.
And then bad news for NXT UK as their champion, Pete Dunne apparently has been injured, and he's been the champion for what, 500 something?
Over 500 days, yes.
So we don't know the extent of the injury or what the injury was. So
just know it was pulled from the show because of it, pulled from another independent show because of injuries, but we'll have to find out later.
yes,
Before the when WWE announces it and makes trip on the title.
talking about a focal point for Latinos on SmackDown Live, and that goes into this. Rey Mysterio signed with the WWE a 2-year deal and could come back to challenge Nakamura.
Which I would love.
Absolutely. Do like an open challenge type thing, just show up, win the title on the first night back. That would
And
be
then
great.
we have the rematch on the Crown Jewel show.
That'd be great with like SmackDown 1000. Show up on SmackDown 1000, win the belt. I mean, you want big news for that show.
Hell yeah.
WWE Crown Jewels event will take place on November 2nd, returning to Saudi Arabia for another big pay-per-view style event.
So we're getting pretty much two a year, way it looks, I guess, unless they calm down next year.
But then that also goes into what we talked about. I believe it was our last episode where we talked about how they went from 60-something thousand seats to 20-something thousand seats, which doesn't look good. But what is a big selling point is that Shawn Michaels could be returning to the ring at Crown Jewel pay-per-view. They're talking about DX taking on the Brothers of Destruction in a tag match at Crown Jewel. And we also know at Crown Jewel that AJ Styles will be defending the WWE title against Daniel Bryan.
Yep. And we'll also have a triple threat where Roman Reigns would defend the Universal Championship against Brock and Braun.
Really?
Yeah, they named that quickly.
Did not realize that.
And they threw that one right out the
And that's because Brock showed up.
wasting no time.
What was it?
Hell in
Hell in a Cell.
Cell.
And that's what's leading to his Crown Jewel because of that right there.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully he won't win the belt.
Who? Brock?
Yes.
No, Roman's keeping it.
That's what I'm saying.
Should give it to Braun, but they're not giving it
They
to
should
Braun.
give it to Braun, but I hope Brock's the one that takes the
Then they're
pin.
going to say they're leading to Brock and Braun at WrestleMania.
Ugh. Awful. For what? What reason?
Two big horses fighting, which are both heels, so
Makes no sense.
it makes no sense. Exactly. You're
But
right.
what does make sense is that is going to be it for part 2. We are going to go to part 3, which is our pro wrestling review of the Monday Night Wars, as we're in July
July
of 1998.
Yep. The 6th through the 20th. 7th.
6 to the 20th.
7th. Yes. Of 1998. Yeah, here we go. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a cop.
We'll see in a few clicks right here at We're right on the YouTube. We'll be right back. Was that your right back?
Right back.
Oh, I just pointing something.
Hey.
Right back. Right here.
Where? Down here.
Can be weird for two bald dudes doing this.
It is going to be.